So your first step's gonna be come over here and fight the Stalfos. So we're gonna make a pipe for this one, and stick it right there. And turn it like that. Do that. Man, just look at the way that pipe just sinks right into that wall. It just looks so good, man. This Skulltula is just enough of a bother, let me tell you. Okay, so, alright. This part's gonna be vertical. Place a warp pipe to link the main and sub areas. So we're gonna start with the Stalfos room. We'll kind of work things out as we go from here. Actually, let's get this off the ground a little bit. Okay, we might need to change up the theme for this part of it, though. Let's do a ghost house. Yeah, here we go. Also, this timer is definitely going to have to be set to the full 500 here. Alright. So, well, first things first, let's make the room. I mean, all this is going to be is a Stalfos fighting room here. So you're just going to have to beat 2 simple enemies to get the key. Alright, and this is kind of an octagonal room. So let's make it as such. While not being too intrusive to the fighting experience here. This music reminds me of Metroid Prime a little bit here. There, how's that? Does that look good? Pretty good, pretty good. Okay, so we don't want this to be too difficult here, but, you know, just enough to... Stalfos. Who's the most like a Stalfos? Probably Dry Bones. The problem is, you can't kill Dry Bones. You can kill him with a star, but I think a star would be getting a little too... stretch the suspension of disbelief a little bit too much. I feel like Hammer Brothers is probably doable here. Also, what else can you do with him? Oh, man. Well, you can make him big. Oh, jeez. Yeah, well... no. Alright, 2 Hammer Bros here. We should definitely have a mushroom in this course, though, because Hammer Bros are pretty hard. So, we'll get on that in a second. Obviously, we will have to play the levels to finish it, but... I mean, you just give one of them a key, basically. That's what you get in the dungeon, so here we go. And this guy's gonna have it. This guy's got a key on him. So, go in here, fight the Stalfos, get the key, and exit, and that's all there is to it. So, back to floor number 1. Now, you're not going to be able to, like, abuse this, right? Because you have to use that key on this door. So you're not going to, like, take the key in here and use it on this one instead. Well, the thing is, we're going to want this one to take us back to the vertical segment, because this goes to the room with the big block puzzle, and I want that to be in the vertical section. Okay, I'm going to throw in a few vines here, just to kind of help the player get around a little bit. And I'll put a few more in here just for decoration. Alright, is that overkill? I don't know. It's a lot of vines. It's the forest temple, though, you know? Well, okay, so... Well, wait a minute, though. Isn't there, like, that room that you go in between? I didn't even think about that. There's, like, that room that you go in between. With the bubble in it, you know? So I could just stick that, like, right up here somewhere. Well, here's the thing, though. Those rooms are really claustrophobic. You know, you can't... Like, I wouldn't want you to be able to see anything. So we would need this to be in the center of a really thick... Like, seriously, the thickest of the thick... walls here. So that it didn't scroll or anything. And you couldn't see the background at all. I think this needs to be, like, closer to the center here. And then we can go boop and boop. And then this is obviously... And then this will pretty much just lead to a pipe over here. And then for the bubble, well, that should be pretty easy. There's plenty of, like, scary enemies that we can substitute for that. was kind of thinking just a regular old boo, but I don't know. It's not like I have something that can take away your sword. Well, isn't that a room that has like the giant spider in it though, not the bubble? I'm gonna go with the spider here, Spiny. And I'm gonna put him on the ceiling, because that's where it comes down from, and then we're gonna make him huge! Aha! And I'm gonna move him over slightly, because he's gonna be coming towards you when you come in the room. And with any luck, you won't be able to see anything other than the room. So you kind of see stuff down here, though. I should probably test play this so far, just to see what I got.
Here we go.
Let's try it. Alright, so you start out. What am I doing? Using the D-pad. Or the stick. Get your first key first. Burp! Go in the door. It's really simple. Come through here. Oh, yeah, this looks pretty cool. Yeah, this looks nice. Climb the vines if you want to. There's really no reason to. Avoid the Skulltula. Die. Yeah, here we go. Get the key. I want to screen lock this too if I can, so that's not scrolling over there. Only problem is this is a vertical section, so might not be able to do that. Anyway, we got the key, so let's yeah, it's easy enough to get up here, so yeah, perfect. Wait, this isn't... Oh, it is locked. Oh, yep, there you go. Perfect. Okay. This pipe doesn't go anywhere yet, but we are getting somewhere now. Now, if you're going to screen lock this, though, it's going to need to go all the way to the bottom. In fact, I could probably make 2 rooms out of this. Because it doesn't need to be filled in, like, down here. Just on the side, so that it knows not to scroll. At least I think that's how it works. Not sure. Can't believe I've been at this for 45 minutes already and I barely got this much done. So you go in there, get the key from the Hammer Bros, come back out and use it on this door here. So the point is going to be that you can do this in any order you want though, so there's that, but then there's the Song of Time block over here. So why don't we open this up a little bit here? Just a little bit. This is gonna get messy though, because then you got those 2 symmetrical rooms. That's all gonna have to be like 1 room right there or something. This temple is... God, what am I gonna do about the gravity twist? Oh boy. This may not have been the best idea, you guys. I gotta tell you. Oh man. So, Song of Time block can't really be anything too terribly... Like, it's gonna have to be something that you just bust through. Put munchers in there. You have to use a PAL block to break through them. Well, you could on-off switch, actually. That'd be pretty simple. There's your Song of Time block, and then there's an on-off switch. There you go. That's how you get in. That's how you play the Song of Time. Why don't we just, for now, instead of worrying about this door here... Because I get the feeling Phantom Ganon's probably going to be in the haunted section. That'll make more sense, so we'll take a pipe to there. But we'll worry about that later. So for now, this is the door behind the Song of Time block, and this is going to be the one that goes to those really weird rooms that we're about to do now. I just thought of a really big problem here. There's no way you can just put water in a level, is there? So, like, so how are we going to do the part with the well, you know, that goes underwater? I mean, you do have to drain the water at some point, but... Yeah, I don't think draining the water is going to be something we can do in Mario Maker. We could go down a pipe. Actually, that's probably going to be the most realistic way to do it. Well, first let's make the room. So the door is going to be here. Let me think about this in my head. How does this work exactly? door's actually going to be like in the middle here. And then there's going to be like pathways that go out like this. Well, at least if it looks like a pipe going into water, that would be believable, you know? In fact, maybe we could put water in the ghost house? I don't know. Because if we did it at the bottom, then we could just move everything else up, you know? So we don't have that much going on in there yet, so we could probably do that. But, well, you know what? Here, hang on. Okay, so that's the well. And then over here, there's like that switch that drains the water in the well, but we're kind of not going to need that. Guess we're not going to be able to essentially do that. Well, now I'm trying to remember like which door it is that even leads to that switch. The switch that drains the well. Right, because this door here, in front of you, goes to the Stalfos. You get the key, you come out, you turn around, and you go in this door here to go to the room with the giant block puzzle. But when you finish that, you get to the top of that room, and there's a door that goes to the twisty room. And after the twisty room is like the pose and stuff in the hallway. Okay, but then there's this door, you say, yeah. But this door goes here to the bottom of the room with the water in it and everything. So which door is it that goes to the switch? You have to get to that switch somehow. But there's no other door that could possibly go to it. Why am I not... I've been through that temple like 15 times. Let's just focus on what we do know for now. We do know that on the other side of this room, on the opposite side is the well. There's a giant wall of vines that goes up to a passageway, which we don't even need doors for this. We can just go right across here. I reckon we don't need to make this too long here, as we don't want to take up too much of the space. Okay, so I think this is the room where you normally go in and get the map. You go through the door and then you come out on the other side. Okay, so let's go ahead. Should I just go and fill this in too? I don't know if I'm ever going to do anything with this. Okay. Now let's provide the vines. Pretty simple, really. It's not much of a way we could put spiders on that vine. Well, you know what we could do, I guess, is... we could be sneaky. Boy, where's those, like, ladybug-looking things from Mario 2 when you need them, you know? So what I was thinking was I could probably just stick... well... crap. What I could do is just, like, stick them in the wall, like, right here. They would still be a hazard, but maybe not nearly... You just have to watch yourself as you were climbing the vine, right? So they can still hurt you. So, but the problem is, then there's water in this room. There's like a little pool of it that goes like... right there. So how do we make that? Is there a way to make that? Probably not. I mean, we could use ice blocks to make, like, sort of an outline of it, maybe? I know what it is, I just remembered. Because when you go to that first room, that's not the room with the switch in it. The room with the switch in it is on the other side. So you go to this first room, you go to the other side and come out, and that's where you hit the switch that drains the water. Uh-oh. This ain't good. This is really lame, but... because it's basically like an overhead view of the world, but at the same time, a side-scroller. Like, what? What are you doing? But at least you can see the water. Ooh, you know what? And there's like those plants. Here, how can we do those plants? Those Deku Babas or whatever. I mean, I think the answer is pretty obvious here. Can you make these like hang off the sides? Oh my god, you totally can. Can we make them bigger? Yes. But let's give them a better platform from which to reach here. And let's put another one right there. There we go, like that. That looks pretty cool. And then there's like that Octorok idiot who's over here, like in the water. So how do we make an Octorok? Can we make it so that he can shoot at you from where he is? We could do that with one of these, although I don't like that. My other thought was maybe a Magikoopa. You know, I don't know. Oh, I know! Actually, this is really simple. Bullet Bill. It's so silly and so stupid, but... Here, wait, I need this to be like on the ceiling, though. There we go. Now he's shooting at you. Frickin' Octorok. He is so annoying. Okay, so the question now is, if you don't have to drain the water, then is there a point to going in the well? Because the key is still in the well. Well, that's what we're going to try to figure out here as we make the other side of this room. Which, again, is basically just going to be the same thing, but the opposite symmetry here. So, when you come out the other side, though, there's no vines or any of that. It's just like a drop-off. There's a switch, and you hit it, and it drains the water. I want to make it so that you can see that you can jump across, you know, to the other side, because that's kind of how it works. I mean, in the game, you have to hookshot to it, but let's go and fill this in first here. Maybe I could still make something to where you have to hit a switch over here, just a P-switch or something, to get down through here. I don't know, though. It's kind of stupid, really, but... Okay, and then we want the well in here, too. Regardless. Okay, what was on the other side of that room, though? When you drop down from there, is there anything over there? There's not really, is there? Just for aesthetics' sake, I think I might just put a vine there anyway. Or maybe just not have it hang all the way down, but... just put some in here, just for looks. And then maybe just kind of solidify this so that it doesn't look too much like there's nothing there. Or whatever. And then there's this door, which is going to end up going... Let's go ahead and put it in. This door isn't locked, though, from what I remember. I mean, it is, but it's locked behind an arrow. Alright, let's drag you back over to where you go. Now, I don't know if you'll ever use this door in the actual temple. Because I don't think you have to use it in the real temple. It's just kind of there. Also, you could potentially use the key on the wrong door. I wouldn't want that to happen either, so be careful here. Okay, so you get the key from in there, and you go up here. Now, what if you get the key and you use it on the wrong door? We have to account for that, don't we? So we want people to use it on this door. I suppose if I wanted to prevent that by putting this on the other side. But that's what we should be doing with that bottom door, isn't it? Huh. Well, that's the thing, normally this door isn't locked, so why don't we just... let's make it not locked. There, see? So this is fine, we don't have to worry about the key thing. Alright then. Why not thought of that when I did? This is not every door in this game is locked. It's one of the nice things about Ocarina of Time, though, is that it never does that. It almost never lets you have two keys at once, and then have to choose, like, which door to use them on. There's only ever one locked door at a time. Every locked door after it in the temple is behind. You know, the next one that you have to go to is linear. Very linear in that sense. So that's why this is going to be doable, even though these two here... Well, once again, these are not locked doors either. We shouldn't make them locked, or else people are going to get confused. But this does need to be behind something that you can't get through. So normally this door is behind an eye switch that you have to hit with the bow. But you don't get the bow until you get halfway through the temple. And I'm sure we can figure out that later once we make an obstacle for it. Once we get to the bow. Because we haven't quite gotten to the bow yet in the temple.